And we're live, streaming to you from the footsteps of New York City. We are Music Matters with Jason Tramm, and thank you so much for joining us for our unique podcast community, where we explore the triumphs and challenges of the performing arts world as seen through the eyes of distinguished artists. Thank you so much for helping us grow. We hit 1,800 subscribers last week, and we grow every day thanks to people like you. Please remember to subscribe to us on YouTube and smash that bell icon for the most up-to-date information on our upcoming guests and topics. We love it when you like and share our videos as it helps our community grow. Remember, you can chat in questions of the guests and make comments. We love to see the comments in the chat on the side, so please join on the conversation. And today we have a wonderful show for you. We have a Nashville indie singer-songwriter, Nate DiRuzza, who's going to join us, and he is doing some wonderful work. He's got 3 full-length albums, and he's got a 4th on the way, and he's got a single coming out in the next couple weeks, so can't wait to talk about that. And reminder, to see our over 250 past episodes, check out our website at www.jasontram.net. Nate DiRuzza, how are you today?
I'm awesome. How you doing, Jason?
So glad you can join us, and congratulations on all your great work. And
thank you.
When's the new single come out?
April 13th.
Right around the corner.
So the pre-save thing is out right now. There's links everywhere on my socials and stuff. You click that, pre-save it, and then you get to be the first to hear it on April 13th if you pre-save it. So.
That's exciting. What's it like being a singer-songwriter and having a single come out and to watch it come out and the anticipation? And tell us about that process.
I don't know how to explain that. It's so exciting. It's like, you work so hard, wrote that song probably, over a year ago. And then in the process of writing the song, takes a while, and you tweak it for weeks, and then you get it perfect. And then, I go to the producers when I'm ready to do the album, and I give them 30 songs, and they pick 11 of them, and they picked that one. And then we go into the studio, and then, we get the session musicians and everything, and it just comes to life. And you're like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even imagine how awesome this was going to sound. And then now it's like the anticipation. This anticipation has like been over a year,
Wow.
So it's so like, oh, I'm just ready for this to be out and people to hear it.
Well, that's pretty amazing, and congratulations, and I can't wait to hear what that's going to sound like. I've been through your catalog. I've been listening to different things on Spotify and on YouTube, and
Awesome.
Really, you have beautiful music, and I really love your style of singing and your guitar playing especially. So did you always know you wanted to be an artist?
Yep. Yep. I think when I was like 3 or 4, I used to make up songs when I was like really young, and it was just gibberish. But I had so many different names for these. Like one of them was called Nunny. One of them was called Boonchi Jolly. Like there's just gibberish. And I had songs when I was a kid, and then I kind of grew into wanting to be in the National Basketball Association. So I was really inspired by Kobe Bryant when I was a little kid, and I didn't really grow that tall, so I like kind of shifted into the singing and all that stuff. Picked up the guitar a little bit later than I wanted to, because I didn't think, how am I going to play that? I don't know how to play that, and I'm too involved with sports to have time to do lessons and everything. So I finally picked it up, and I got hooked when I was probably like 16 or so, and just never put it down since then.
Do you come from a musical family?
Oh yeah, my mom's side. Mom is a amazing piano player and a singer. She has perfect pitch, so I'm developing perfect pitch. I'm getting closer and closer and closer to it, but she still is like, that's like a hair sharp, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom, I hate you.
I'm an orchestra conductor, and I'll tell you, perfect pitch, I have a lot of friends who have it. It's a blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah.
Because things are rarely ever 100% in tune. There's always compromises. Even a piano. Pianos, we use equal tuning, so they shave off some of the intervals so that it works in every key. So it's in life, it's sometimes my friends with perfect pitch are always like, ah.
Yeah. I know like a handful of people with perfect pitch. I haven't met many, but I'm getting there. I can sit here and be like, bling, 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 And then, yep, that was a G. I knew it was a G. So
Yeah, some of the I'm a tenor, and there's something with muscle memory. Like I know that certain songs I sang are start on a C, or the lowest note I can sing is usually a C. I can usually find those pitches, but it's like perfect pitch is another thing entirely. My friend with perfect pitch is a horn player. He was like, I knew I had perfect pitch when I was like 4 or 5, and I knew that my car engine idled at a low G.
that's funny because like I can tell that the heater that I have this little space heater in my bedroom, and I know exactly what key it's in. Like,
Can add some chords to it. Yeah.
yeah, write a song to that. But
So when did you write your first song? What was it about?
first song, let's see. So that was when I was about 17, also in the key of G. It was called Only a Fool. I was like, I really liked this girl. I used to be really shy with girls. So sometimes I still kind of am, but not really. I got over it. But I wrote this song about her. It's called Only a Fool because I was just kind of so infatuated with her. And the hook was only a fool wouldn't tell you the truth the first time he knew that he loved you. Because I never told her. I never really shot my shot. So it was just kind of like a little song for myself.
Did you ever record it, or is it in any of your live sets still?
I recorded it on a demo CD back when I was really young. But that's been taken off all the platforms because, I wasn't good. So
Well, I always tell everyone it takes a long time to get good,
Yeah.
especially like getting used to the studio and getting comfortable with that process. What was
Yeah.
it like for you first time getting into the studio? You live in the center of the recording world and the production world. So what was it like learning how to do that?
well, when I first came down here for the first album, I was still living in Ohio, I think, because that's where I'm from. And I came down, and I've got these session musicians in this professional studio called Dark Horse Recording Studio, which Taylor Swift recorded here, and all these big names. That's the only name you have to say. And I was kind of intimidated because these session musicians come in, and they're just one take on the drums, and it's just perfect timing, perfect. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I got a lot of work to do here because I want to get to that level. I want to do something in one take, and it's perfect. So these guys have played on big major records and everything on the radio, and they told me that I've got something here, and they really inspired me to keep pushing because they said that was good and my songs were good. So, and I also brought my one of my best friends in the world. His name's Stephen Moore. He is a 2-time national banjo champion. Yeah, he's good. And so he comes down with me to record the album with me. And if you hear banjo on there, that's him. And he also played some electric guitar leads and some acoustic leads and stuff like that because he's just a genius. And him and I had the greatest time ever, and just it was so cool. But we both kind of produced it. It was me and him telling everybody what to do, how we wanted everything. So I kind of just like sucked up the intimidation and just took charge and told people that are way bigger than me what I want and how to do everything.
And it's a learning process, right? It's you get used to that and get that takes time, right?
Oh yeah. Yep. Then the second one was kind of the same thing. I hired the same musicians, and I actually had a cello player on the second one, who, he comes in. He's like, "Yeah, I played bass for the Backstreet Boys," and I was like, "Oh, do you know them?" He's like, "Yeah, I know them." I was like, "Can I meet them?" Because I was a Backstreet Boy. I was a Backstreet Boy myself when I was in middle school. Like I wanted to be Nick Carter. Like
You wanted to tag in there if one of them falls down.
Oh yeah, and that sticks with you forever. Like I still listen to the Backstreet Boys today, and I'm 34 years old.
Whatever you listen to as a teenager, that music kind of gels there. I'm the same way with
it sticks with you forever.
Hair metal, and that was part of my soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you listen to, it's going to be there.
Hair
Wherever
metal.
you
I
go.
was really into classic rock when I was in high school. Big time. AC/DC, Skinner, the Eagles. The Eagles are still one of my number one favorites.
Me too. I was going to go see them on the last tour. It was just so expensive, though. I was like, ah.
Yeah.
But
That's
they're
why I'm so
awesome.
excited about this new album because I didn't know this was going to happen, but the producers, like the way they produced everything, and then I'm like, and the way the drummer was, the session musicians and all them were doing everything. Like I went into there to the studio, and I can already perform the song, so I just had to go in there and perform the song, and these people just play with me. So it's the exact same song that I wrote, the same guitar licks and everything that I wanted, and they just put, keys and they put all this stuff to it, and it came out sounding kind of like a 70s vibe. Like it's James Taylor, Eagles. It's a kind of like that mellow 70s vibe, yet modern. And I love it so much. I didn't know that was going to happen, but that's what they did. And I was like, what?
It's great. So, like, you grew up with the classic rock vibe, and who are some of your inspirations as a singer-songwriter? Some of your favorites?
Well, all the classic rock when I was in high school, and then I discovered Jack Johnson when I was a senior in high school, and just loved it. And then I get to college, and I discover John Mayer, and I win this open mic night concert, and it wins me 2 tickets to go see John Mayer.
Wow.
And so my cousin lived in Columbus, because that's where the concert was. So I said, hey, you want to go to John Mayer with me? And me and my cousin went to see John Mayer, and I was just blown away. I was like, what is this like mellow, chill, bluesy stuff that I've been missing my whole life? And so then, I really got into his music and still am. And then I think it was junior year, I started dating this girl, and she was really obsessed with the Dave Matthews Band. And at first I was kind of like, it's so weird. It's so weird. And then I just kept hearing it, and I was like, these people are musical geniuses.
All the jazz elements in there,
Oh my
the
gosh.
pop and the rock mixed together, the fiddling, and they're great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen them a few times. They really put a great show on the stage too.
Yeah, I've seen him quite a few times. But I got really obsessed with the Dave Matthews Band. And, all throughout this whole time of finding these other artists, I'm writing songs. So I think Jack Johnson, John Mayer, Dave Matthews Band, early Maroon 5, a little bit of Jason Mraz, like that kind of vibe just really resonated with me. And that's kind of like what I put into the world now, I guess.
And have you always been performing live? Have you been? What was it like to get to Nashville? Come out of Ohio, move to Nashville, and start your performing career and your recording career. What's it been like getting used to that?
It doesn't. I don't really even get nervous anymore, I don't think. But when I first came here, I actually came to go to Belmont University for a second degree because I wanted to study music business. But then I saw that they had a songwriting program, and it's really hard to get into. So I just applied just to see, and they accepted me. And so I majored in songwriting, and they have this it's called the Curb Cafe, in their little, dining place or whatever. And people go and perform there. And mind you, this is my second degree. So I think I was like 27 or 28, while all the rest of the kids are like maximum 22, 21, 20, 19. And like I get up on stage at Curb Cafe to play with my friend Autumn, and we're going to play Snow by the Red Hot Chili Peppers because I can.
Great guitar lick. Yep.
And because she really wanted me to play that, and we're both going to sing it together and everything. I get up there, and under here, it just goes, my arms lock up. I start getting numb in my hands. Like there's all these Belmont kids there, and all the rest of them are songwriters. So I just I played it well, but I was hurting after the performance because my whole body was just locked up, and I was like, what is going on? I think it's the intimidation of so many other people are judging you because they're songwriters too. It's not just getting in front of people that are going to like you no matter what. I'm like, so, yeah, mom's not in the audience. My brother, Danny and Noah and Maria and Natalie, my sisters, they're not in the audience. It's all these kids that write songs as well. So that was, I had to get used to that. So I built my confidence, and now I get in front of other songwriters, and I'm like, yeah, I'm,
Where are some of
I
your
don't care
where are
anymore.
some of the places you've played personally that have really inspired you? Because you're in like the most important like songwriting and production place in the country right now. One of them certainly. What's it like when you perform some of those venues and you know some of the ghosts that have been there?
The Bluebird. Yeah, that was another one early on when I got here. That was pretty scary because you get up there to perform and there's like all these faces that are like right in front of you. They're not like I used to perform for schools before I came to Belmont and Nashville to get my second degree, and I would perform for 1,000 students at one time. Didn't bother me at all. I come here and I'm playing at the Bluebird in front of how the maximum that holds 50, 75 people, I don't know, maybe 100. And I was like, there's faces like this close to me just looking at me and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like I got to sit here and make this why did I pick this song? This is the hardest guitar part I've ever written and I'm going to play this for all these people that are like right in front of me." And the place was packed, and so that was really, really cool to do because I got through it and I played it well. And it's like, it's almost like now every time I get that feeling, I look at it as a good feeling. So if I kind of lock up a little bit, I breathe a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? I got this. I've felt this way before, and I got through it perfectly. I can do it again.
I know as a conductor, when I conduct, I don't generally. I've been doing it for a long time now, 25 years at least professionally, and I don't get terribly nervous. But when I did my Carnegie Hall debut, I had the orchestra rehearsal in the afternoon. I was really nervous. I'm trying to think, why am I nervous? Like I've been doing this forever, but you feel the ghost. Like, I went to the dressing room and there's a picture of Dvorak on the wall. I'm like, oh my God, Dvorak conducted here, and he sat in this dressing room, and Leonard Bernstein, and like, I get it. It's amazing how like the venue and kind of the ghosts of the past, they sit with you sometimes.
Yeah, it's like a random thing. It's like you could perform all the time and not ever you've gotten over it. You're not nervous at all. But there's this one particular time where you go there and you're like, what is happening to me? Like, so it's you don't know it's coming, and it's like, oh my gosh, everyone's looking at me like, So I don't know. You just keep doing it.
And what's it like to be an indie singer-songwriter today? I mean, I call this the era of the indie artist because we have an opportunity now to, like artists like yourself, to share your music in platforms that anyone in the world can see. So, I mean, but there's so much out there. So how do you distinguish yourself as an indie artist today?
I think it's a lot of people say, well, it's easier to get your music out there. Um, my experience is it's a little bit harder because when I was playing for those schools, I did that for like 5 or 6 years, and it was kind of a motivational concert where I would go and do an hour-long concert, and in between songs, I would talk about why I wrote that song, and just like it was called the Nate DiRuzza Keep On Being You concert, and it was all throughout the Midwest, Ohio, and the kids would just go nuts. It was elementary, middle, and high school. Even the high school kids just thought of me as something, you know, just way bigger than life. I hadn't been to a concert before or something. I don't know. And I would I would tell the kids I'm gonna come back in a couple days and bring my CDs. And I've sold thousands of those first two records, which doesn't have anything to show for on the social media platforms and all of that, because back then some people had Instagram, Spotify. I don't even know if that was out. So there are thousands of albums and kids and students and faculty that have my albums and of CDs, and now they make cars without CD players in them. So for me personally, it's a little bit harder to get my music out there than it was before, because I was selling music. I was making so much money, and so many people were listening to my CDs. And I mean, just recently I got a message from a student that I performed for maybe 7 years ago. And they're like, I still have your poster on my wall. Like, I'm like, that's awesome. Like, thank you so much. Still listen to your album. I love it. My whole family loves it. So,
Yeah, it's fascinating. I mean, the transition from CDs to streaming. I'm 47, so I mean, God, I have all my stuff on CDs, and now it's like you may as well. People ask me about a CD. I'm like, you may as well like it's like skeet shooting, like pull. Those there's just no everything's streamed, so the whole industry has changed. It's changed the way that artists work. I'm starting to see artists who come on my show who now are doing vinyl, so they can sell them to to their donors and their supporters, that they can like sign them, and there's like
oh yeah, I'm a big vinyl fan. So my album, when it comes out in December, will definitely be in vinyl as well.
That's great. I mean, it's I just had 3 Academy Award winning composers come on the show. They wrote the 3 big hits in Dirty Dancing. They came on the show.
Oh
and
wow!
We were talking about it, and like they shocked me when they said how much they get a year for like the songs like She's Like the Wind, or like like I think it was like $790 a year, and they get like 35 million listens.
Yeah.
So streaming's not a viable way to earn a living, because that stunned me, because I'm saying, I'm like, oh my God, if a song like that gets like that many plays doesn't actually generate that much, a shockingly small income. I mean, how do the rest of us, like, I'm in the similar boat with the podcast. We don't get that type of listenership, but how does an indie artist make a living these days?
You work at Kid Rock's as a waiter.
Yeah.
So, I've got some really good things happening, where it's going to keep building and building and building. We're going to have a music video come out for the next single, and I'll have an acoustic music video come out for this single, and you just keep building. And the thing that I don't really care for is you got to post so often, and I'm like, well, the people that follow me are my friends. I don't want to annoy them, But if you post that one reel on Instagram, it could like show it to thousands of other people who don't follow you, and there's the reasoning for that. Or TikTok, like all of a sudden you have like, it's just for some reason you get 10,000 views on it or whatever it might be, and all these people saw your face, your name, and it's like kind of free advertising. So I hate it, but you got to keep doing it, I guess,
It's part. I always wonder, what would like people like some of the greats in my field, if they had Instagram and TikTok, what would like some of these famous people do? Like, it makes you wonder, right? It's a different world, right?
Yeah. My goal is I'll do all the posts, and I'll do what's supposedly working these days, but I want to make music that's so good people listen to it and they need it and they get addicted to it. So they tell, my friends are listening to it in the car, and they're all going out on Saturday night, and they've got friends who don't know me in the car who are like, what the heck is this? This is awesome. And then they get involved, and then all of a sudden I got a show and there's posters everywhere, and people come like the old times, like they see posters, or they see, it's like word of mouth, because it's so good. That is my goal. Word of mouth.
Nothing like that grassroots. Nothing like that grassroots support and building it the old-fashioned way. I tell you, even with the modern tools, we get up there on the stage and we make our reputations based on that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you're gonna play a song for us? I'd love to hear you play.
You got it. I'm gonna play. I will play my new single. Might as well.
Tell us a little bit about this song.
Let's see. It's called I and You. I co-wrote it with my mentor and dear friend Ed Coffin, and I was like, really, I really liked this girl a lot, and Ed called me. I always pour my feelings out to Ed because he listens to everything I say. He's kind of my best friend, and I was like talking to him about it, And he calls me a couple days later, and he says, dude, he's like, I thought of the greatest idea for a song. He's like, you want to put the love between I and you with that girl. And I was like, what? He's like, put the love between I and you. And I didn't get it. I was like, what? Oh, he's like, I mean, it sounds like an instant classic. I was like, it does. So it sounds like somebody would have written in the 60s or 70s. Like, why hasn't that happened yet? So we got together, and we know we want the hook to say something like, put the love between I and you. So I'm coming up with melodies and guitar parts and stuff. And so what do we want to say in the verse? And I basically just started talking to him about this girl, and I was like, well, I want to be this for her. I want to do this for her. I want to, And so that's kind of how he wrote it. It's like, I want to be the man you finally say it to. I want to do this. I want to be your everything. So that's how the lyrics went. I want to do this, and I want to be this for you. And we just kind of went from there and kept going. So it turned out awesome, and it's one of the ones that the producers picked for the album. So I really love it. Can you still hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna play it. Called I and You, April 13th. I wanna be the man you finally say it to, the song that sings the words you didn't know were true. Wanna be the music that makes you move, dance and sway, the reason you believe, the chance you take. I know it's you I wanna pour my heart into, to put the love between I and you and I together, I and you and I forever. There'd be nothing better in this world than if you felt like I do. So won't you put your love between I and you? I wanna be the man who keeps a smile on your face, the canvas for the world you dream to paint. I wanna hold your hand like the universe holds the stars. I'll always be real, please believe in my heart. You know it's you I wanna pour my heart into, to put the love between I and you and I together, I and you and I forever. There'd be nothing better in this world than if you felt like I do. So won't you put your love between I and you? Baby, you know there's something between us. Come on, you know there's something between us. I know you know there's something between I and you and I together, I and you and I forever. There'd be nothing better in this world than if you felt like I do. So won't you put your love between? Yeah, won't you put your love between I and you? I and you.
It's a great song. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, in your process, do the lyrics come first? Does the chords come first? How do you put a song together?
Man, it's different every time. I don't know.
I love it.
Sometimes I'll come up with a really cool like guitar riff, and then I'm like, yada da da dum, yada da da dum, and I'll do some sort of melody over top of it, and it's just gibberish. And then what that sounds like to me sounds like what the meaning and the lyrics of the song should be. So that's one way. Sometimes it's we've got an idea, and then we come up with a melody for that idea. And sometimes, like this song, I'm pretty sure it was like the melody and the lyrics came at the same time. So we want to put the love between I and you, and it's all about love. It's got to be something that's just really like, you know, it's just like it's there. It's there's minor chords in it, but you know, it's happy and it's uplifting, and it just made sense. So I kind of was doing the melody and the guitar part as we were writing the lyrics for this one. So
I love how everyone's completely unique, though. Sometimes the lyrics strike you. Sometimes a hook strikes you. I mean, there's so many ways to do it. Every artist I've interviewed is totally different this, and I'm always fascinated by the process.
Mm-hmm. Can you say that again?
I'm always fascinated by the process, by how everyone kind of approaches their songwriting and their kind of and it's so different. Every artist is so unique in that process. But I'm always interested to hear how you come up with like topics, how you come up with lyrics. Do you have like books of lyrics that are sitting there waiting for songs, or is it everyone? How do you find your lyrics?
Me personally, like I just go through life, and something happens, and I just write about it. Like, so it's everything that I write is true. And then most of the times when I'm co-writing with my mentor who signed with the publishing company, he can come up with amazing ideas. Like, he came up with an idea. It sounds to me as if you're her secondhand kiss. You are her backup plan or her option B or whatever. And I'm like, oh no, man, I know. Secondhand kiss, boom, like, and then we write a song called Secondhand Kiss. So it's kind of like I just pour my feelings out in it, and he knows he's brilliant at making commercial music, and he knows, okay, well, we gotta talk about this to make this hook hit hard, and we gotta, so we go through it together. It's basically real life situations that are happening to me, and we just form it together. So
that authenticity is what makes art so special, and it's such a I love the fact that it takes multiple people and you work together and you're collaborative on it, and I guess that just makes it even better. You work with friends and get to really crystallize your ideas.
Mm-hmm. And I still write all by myself too. There's quite a few of them on the album that are completely just written by me, but they're as true as can be, just real life situations that I went through. So I don't know. I strive for being genuine in my music. I want to like tell people what's going on. So maybe like, people that are going through the same type of thing don't really feel alone. It's kind of like some kind of spiritual thing, I think, that's happening to me, that I feel the need to make other people's feelings feel better. And through my hard times or my good times or whatever, it just feels like this is my calling. I need to put this in songs or something. So I don't know.
Thanks for sharing that. What's it like when you get when you hear back from people who are moved by your music because you're on these streaming platforms on YouTube and you're on all these things? What's it like when it comes back to you like a message that someone was moved or touched by that?
It's the best feeling. I don't know how else to explain it. It is the best feeling because someone actually was touched by it. If it's a million people or if it's just one person, it makes a difference for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes me happy. So it could be one person that reaches out and says, "Wow!" Like, I had a couple students come up to me after a high school show one time, and for the high schools, I talked about drugs and alcohol, um, suicide prevention. If you're being picked on by all these other kids, what to do about it? Because a lot of times, people that are gonna, bully others, they're going through something as well. So um, it's kind of. Hold on a second. Hey, are you guys shutting off the electric? Okay, because these lights and everything are going off. Like all this plug over here. I'm so sorry. I've got electricians here at the house.
Life
Um,
goes on.
but my battery is still on my computer, so you can hear me. But the lights all went off and stuff. So, oh, there we go. What was I talking? So, anyways, after the concert, um, there's a few people that came up and said, you made you made a huge difference because we've like, this particular girl was going through such a rough time that she was thinking about suicide, and she came up to me afterwards and told me how much that my message helped her and stuff. So that's that stuff makes me cry. Like I can't. I don't know. So I stuff like that. I don't even care how big my music gets. If it touches one person like that, that's my calling. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. So
That's the power of music is it's got that ability to move hearts and what you're feeling and you put it into a song and you put it out there and you got a very expressive voice. You put it out there and and people hear the lyrics and put it into their own lives. That's what makes it so special.
yeah,
Those
yep,
universal human themes.
exactly.
When you hear the indie music today, you hear the singer-songwriter market today. Um, it's interesting to me. There's so much out there, but there's a lot of great music being written. And how do you get your music? What's the next step of getting your music out there?
Well, working with a team who, gets me interviews and puts me on your show and everything and gets in contact with you. That's amazing. And um, you know, telling all my friends and annoying the crap out of them that hey, pre-save that song, pre-save that song, and then doing shows, going to different events where you're gonna be put with random people and have to write a song and then play it for all these people that are at this event, stuff like that. You just keep doing it, and as long yeah, you're not gonna make it if you don't love it. Like if you're in for this to be like famous and have all the glory and everything, you will give up. I've seen people drop like flies here in Nashville. You will give up because you're like, this is not happening. And I expected to come here and, be famous right away. And it's like, no, if you love it and you truly feel like this, you're calling, you're not going to stop. So that doesn't matter. And yeah, I want my music to go big and get places, of course. But it doesn't matter because I will never stop.
Got to be true to yourself, true to your art, and approach it with good craft like you do. And yeah, you will find that audience. It just takes time and putting
Mhm.
yourself out there continuously. And I think you've got some great. The music's great, and you keep on. How are you a fast writer or a slow writer? How does how long does it take to put out an album or a single?
Oh, well, the writing process, I would say sometimes it's faster than other times. Sometimes I'll sit there, I'll write something and it's really good. The first time I wrote it, And then for like weeks, I'll sit there and change. Oh, you know what? Those tempting eyes. I don't like that. Word, 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 word. Now I'm watching a movie and I see the word because I watch it with the subtitles so that I get reminded of words and stuff, and books and stuff. And then I see the word alluring, and I was like, alluring eyes. And I jump out, I pause the movie, and I run over to my notebook, and I'm like, those alluring eyes. That's the word I want. Ding! You know, and I wrote that song like a week ago, but I'm still tweaking every little tiny aspect of it so that I make it perfect. And I know in here, I know it when it's there, when it's perfect for me, you know. So yeah, so sometimes it takes a long time, sometimes it doesn't take as long, but I'm always tweaking stuff to make sure it's the best possible word, the best possible thought, and the best, everything blends together and hooks together and keeps the audience engaged in its actual story that progresses instead of just being random sentences,
I got a question from the audience. This is Ken from Minnesota, and Ken asks, when you get writer's block, how do you get over that? What do you do when you get stuck?
I go ask a girl out and get rejected. Yeah, there it is.
And that's great fodder from other songs.
Yeah. No, seriously, I think the writer's block is just let it be, If you can't come up with a new guitar part that doesn't sound like anything else, and it just keeps sounding the same as stuff you've already done, I just recently that happened to me, and I don't play piano. So I got on the piano and I figured stuff out. I know the keys. I know good enough. I know some chords. So I got on the piano and all of a sudden, this brand new melody just comes to me by making mistakes on the piano because I don't know how to play. That's what I want to do there. And then I've been hammering on that piano every single night for like the past week or two because it's this new thing for me. And I got this amazing song out of it. And that's what I did because I kind of had a little bit of a block. I'm doing all these I'm trying to, all these different riffs, all these different licks, all these different things keep sounding the same as what I already have. So,
that's interesting to transfer instruments because where the hands fall on the guitar is so different on the piano. The types of figuration that comes naturally. That's probably a good thing to just kind of change it up a little bit and kind of think of it a different way.
And then I took that melody on the piano, and I've got it completely down, and I transferred it to the guitar, and so I can play it on the guitar now, and it's a melody with a finger style kind of thing going on that I would not have thought of at all playing the guitar and trying to come up with that melody on the guitar, but came up with it on the piano. I know all the notes on here, and I just transposed it. Is that the right word? Transposed it? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it transposed it.
And I just put it on here.
We
now
think
I
of it for key, but also you're transposing the instruments. That makes sense.
Yeah, transfer, I put in the USB cord into the guitar and it loaded into this.
If only it were that easy, right?
Yeah.
Well, would you like to play another song? I'd love to hear another one.
Yeah, sure. I'll play another one. I wasn't prepared for two, so I don't know what to play. Maybe I should play... I haven't played it in a long time, but I'll just play this one. This is one that is on my last album, 2020 album, and it's called Second Guessing. Black or white, well, I'm choosing gray. I've lost my mind, and there's nothing left to say. Seeing that I love you might explain why I'm insane and can't choose. The door that says uncertainty, or the door I will be questioning. And so you wonder why I'm buying time to finally find the reason I've been hiding on what I am deciding. I'm second guessing, stuck in the middle, I can't move. I love you, but you're so crazy, I don't know if I want to. Second guessing, stuck in the middle, I can't pick. I don't deserve this, but I'm so crazy, who knows which me's on the surface. I dial your number, hang up before it goes through. I'm so bothered, I can't believe that you'd assume we wasted those 3 years. And what we shared, the laughter, like the tears we shed, didn't ever matter now that I'm a good guy. No, I'm a monster. I can bounce around like a boxer. No, I think I'll sit it out, stare at a monitor, cause I can't figure it out. Gotta find another reason, not a piece here. And I'm freezing, and I don't think I can leave you. No, I'm feeling like healing and moving on by giving you a call. I'm second guessing, stuck in the middle, I can't move. I love you, but you're so crazy, I don't know if I want to. Second guessing, stuck in the middle, I can't pick. I don't deserve this, but I'm so crazy, who knows which me's on the surface. I've analyzed till I'm paralyzed, but I finally made up my mind. I'm second guessing, stuck in the middle, I can't move. I love you, but you're so crazy, I don't know if I want to. Second guessing, stuck in the middle, I can't pick. I don't deserve this, but I'm so crazy, who knows which me's gonna second guess you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Where can people go to find out more about your upcoming work and your new single coming out? Where can they go to find out all about Nate DiRuzza?
Well, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat. My address is, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's on the first. The second 2 albums are on Spotify, iTunes, everything. Apple Music, Amazon. It's on all of them under Nate DiRuzza. Do you have that spelling anywhere, or should I? It's D.
Oh, I've got it, and I got your website linked in the description too.
Oh, cool. I can't see it.
And it's under your name. You have a lower third. Your name is spelled correctly. I checked.
Sweet. But yeah, it's everywhere. The first album is only on YouTube. For some odd reason, I pulled it off of all of the platforms because not the old demo one. That one I was terrible, but the first album is only on YouTube because I pulled it off of all of the platforms because I'm getting it remastered. But for some reason, it didn't come off of YouTube yet. So it's on there if you're curious and you want to listen to it. But I don't know. It's going to get remastered here pretty soon.
That's exciting. And what can we expect with the songs that are going to be coming out on this next one that you've been working on?
Just expect a 70s vibe with that kind of what I just did. I mean, I and You is the first single on it. And I play the electric guitar too. So I bought this unbelievable Paul Reed Smith custom, and I'm still paying on it. And
It's worth every cent.
oh my gosh, it's just the electrics that I do on the album just sound so good. So there are electric tunes and acoustic tunes like I and You, and there's a mixture of both where I play. Ooh, I play 12 string a lot on some of them. There's a song on there called Playa del Amor. And if you're a Hotel California fan, man, I'm telling you, I got some influences there.
It's a good place to draw from, our legends of the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, any live performances that people can check out, buy tickets to? What's something coming up on the horizon?
I'm focused on the single release right now, so I haven't booked anything. I might have something on my calendar later on, but I don't know. I'll definitely be posting about it a million times when it happens. So
make sure you follow Nate on all social media platforms, and check out his music on Spotify and all those streaming platforms. And remember to support your indie artists. They work hard and they put great music out there, and it's got to support these rising stars.
Yep.
Nate, thank you so much for joining us on Music Matters. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jason. This was so much fun.
Continued success.
All right. You too.
Thanks for joining us on... We'll keep working, all of us. Thank you for joining us on Music Matters with Jason Tramm. Please remember to subscribe on YouTube and smash that bell icon for the most up-to-date information on our upcoming guests and topics. We've got a bunch of great shows coming up in the next couple of days, so make sure you check it out on YouTube and check out our website at www.jasontram.net. Thank you so much, and remember, keep music alive.